What is up, you guys? So, my last video, I mentioned that I was on the autistic spectrum. To begin with, in 1943, a man named Dr. Leo Kanner was the first to describe autism, according to list25.com. Of course, Dr. Kanner didn't know as much as we do now about autism, so there were many myths, one of them including what was known as refrigerator mother. Refrigerator mother was a theory of why autism might have happened. This idea was thought of mothers being cold and distant to their children. This is a side comment, but this idea almost reminds me of the Harlow monkeys experiment back in 1930s-ish, where they would remove the monkey's mother to see how the babies would respond. This was an experiment focused on the nurture versus nature theory. Anywho, moving on, that was just a side comment. Autism, what is it? ASD. Autistic Spectrum Disorder. It is a mental disorder. It impairs the ability to communicate and interact, according to MayoClinic.org. For someone with this disorder, they may lack the ability to respond, react, and participate, and just in general have that verbal and nonverbal social communication skill. So eye contact, sympathy, even empathy, and just trying to be engaged in a conversation. The capability of dealing with changes can be extremely difficult. It could be as small as change in mealtime routines. If they don't have the same thing in every meal, they will have an extremely difficult time accepting that. Physical sensitivity can be extremely severe. Try saying that 5 times. So they're extremely sensitive to touch, smell, taste, any of your senses. And of course it's not all at the same time. Everyone is different. So for me, it's loud noise and lotion. Yeah, I don't like lotion, I hate to admit it, but I'm not a huge fan of lotion. The only lotion that I will use and that I actually do like is cocoa butter. There's repetitive patterns and behaviors, so they might have to rub their arm or stroke a claw constantly. For me, it's swaying back and forth or rock my head back and forth. So I do this a lot. Not anymore. I still do it, but not as much as I used to do it when I was a little girl. And actually that motion back and forth is most common in kids with autism. Another thing that I do is watch movies over and over and over again. It's kind of crazy because when I mean over and over and over again, I'm not exaggerating. I will watch them, so like once a movie ends, I will immediately replay the whole thing and just watch it again. And I never get tired of it, and I don't know how, but I guess that's just me. But yeah, I'll get to the point where I'll almost memorize the movie. It's kind of, yeah. Again, autism is on a spectrum, which means this disorder will vary in severity depending on where you stand. The autistic spectrum ranges as mild as Asperger's syndrome to PDD-NOS, pervasive development disorder not otherwise specified. For me, I am on the Asperger side. And being on the spectrum is not always a bad thing. In fact, it has its perks. Like every snowflake, every person on the autistic spectrum will have their own unique patterns and strengths and weaknesses. I really like this image from happylearners.info because I feel like it gives a more accurate overview of being on the spectrum. So for example, someone could be really strong in the lower area but lack the upper area. Someone else could have a really strong use of language as well as anxiety. It could be strong in all or not strong in any. It really does depend. Some facts that I thought I'd throw out there about autism. According to autismspeaks.org, approximately 1 in 59 children are diagnosed with ASD. It is commonly found in boys than in girls by 4 times. For boys, it's 1 in 37, and for girls, it's 1 in 151. There is no cure for autism, only lots of therapy, medication, and just special treatment and support. So it can be improved and helped. It just takes time and patience. In most cases, they are finding that genetics does play a huge role in autism. According to factretriever.com, autos in Greek means self, so autism literally means alone. And on another random note, apparently people with autism are less likely to catch yawns. I don't know what that means, but there you have it. And finally, last but not least, of course, I want to suggest movies, because on the topic of being on the spectrum, there are some movies that I really like and I think would be fitting to mention for this video. The first one is X plus Y, or A Brilliant Young Mind. It has one of my favorite actors, Asa Butterfield, because I totally don't have a secret crush on him. And the other one is Temple Grandin. My mom actually showed me this movie and it's actually really fun and I loved it. In fact, my mom actually got to meet Temple Grandin herself, and so it is my dream to meet her in person as well. I know that there are movies that I haven't seen that are on this topic, so if you have any that you like and or would like to suggest, leave it down in the comment section below. I will definitely be checking that out. But yeah, that's all I have for today. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you guys got something out of it. Hopefully, maybe not. Either way is okay. And yeah, ultimately, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Smile, because that's always important. And until then, I hope to see you all in the funny papers. Once again, guys, thank you all so much for watching. If you're interested in any of these videos, you can click on them. If you are new and would like to subscribe to my channel, you can click over here. Please leave any likes, comments, questions, concerns down below. And yeah, until then, peace out.